Hello everyone, myself Dr. Rutika Jagtap, working in Department of Biotechnology at this FIMS ACS College. I am PhD holder in Zoology, MSc Biotechnology. I have qualified CSIR NET. So with this short introduction, we would be having a series of lectures which are going to be connected with the biotechnology series, or we would be welcoming you to the era of biotechnology, to the new systems of biotechnology. Along with this, now government has implemented NEP. That is, everyone knows about the National Education Policy, which has since started from 2020. So, from this 2020 onwards, we would be seeing a revolution in the systems of education in terms of science and technology, in terms of biotechnology. Especially here, I'm going to discuss about the MSc Biotechnology syllabus and the special subjects related to immunology. Now, today onwards, I would be having the lectures due to the with respect towards the immunology, and let's start with the short introduction about how does we are going to be running about this system. Yes. So, we are going to be having about the advanced immunology, a journey forward in the NEP 2020. So, this is what my topic for today's discussion. That is how the immunology, or where you have learned about in BSc, you have learned about the basics about the immunology, but how it advances in terms of the MSc syllabus, as well as how will it help you all guys to uh, reframe about your immunological ideas. Now, first of all, a little bit introduction related to the national education policy and why we are learning through this PPT or through this video is nothing but to implement about exactly how the syllabus has been designed, because just from last year we have started with this national education policy implementation, as well as the Pune University, that is what the Savitribai Phule Pune University syllabus is accommodated with the national education policy. In MSc Biotechnology also, we have seen so many changes. So having more than 12 years of experience in the same field, I would like to comment upon the new syllabus as well as the old syllabus. What are the new journey about this? So let's start with this. National education policy is implanting. The education is nothing but the fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable society, and promoting national development. So why are we here? It's nothing but through any of this syllabus, through any of this educational aspect, what are we going to be having to utilize the human potential, right? So every day we are coming across with our own potential. We are utilizing our own potentials for developing ourselves, for developing the society, as well as for the national development. The same educational funda is going to be utilized by the national education policy. Providing universal high quality education is the best way forward for developing and maximizes India's rich talents and resources. Now, here we would be running across with the resources, right? So, when we talk about with the resources, it is very importantly talking about with the research. It is very importantly talking about the development. Every day you must be coming across with the word GDP, right? Since from the, once we get the audit or once we are going to be having some governmental audits or something, then you try to heard about with the GDP. The same we would be focusing over here, that how the research or how the field of biotechnology, how the field of education would be helping us to grow our own GDP. Now, highest population of the young people is nothing but ability to provide high quality educational opportunities for country's future. Now, you must have heard that whenever we are going to be having a very young dynamic people in the society, then the society grows, because considering the old people, they are having their own dilemmas, they are having their own issues. Also, we are going to be having the children. Both of them, they are not going to help a society to grow. I don't say that they are useless in our society. Yes, they are absolutely a part of the society, but the young minds, they would be having the good ideas about the society. Now, what are the aims and objectives of NEP? That education must move towards less content and more towards learning. Now, even we are considering that when we were at the school age or something, right? So we used to have much content-wise issue that we should learn this, we should learn that. But now it is about the learning. It should be having a less content, but the best learning. Emphasizing on the critical thinking. Yes, you should focus on the critical thinking. We are having the brainstorming some sessions, right? Or you must have heard about some brainstorming component. So there you can be taking help of your NEP. And this is what our issue is, or this is what the NEP's most important aspect is. Problem solving, yes. So everyone must be knowing about our brain is divided with so many parts, and the some part of the brain, like temporal area of your brain, is mostly criticizing, or it will be thinking about problem solving area. So there we can have the creative and multidisciplinary learning. So be innovative. Always we have to think, we have to come up with the new ideas, adaptive, then absorbing new material in the novel and changing field. And that's what we are even having the new or the novelty. Now, who have thought that maybe we would be interacting through this sessions or through online learning? And this has been nothing but the part of NEP also. Pedagogy must evolve. That is what the everyday chalk and board method must be evolved. And yes, we have been evolved to make the education more experiential, holistic, integrated, inquiry driven, discovery oriented, flexible, as well as the most importantly learner centric. Now NEP suggests that everything must be towards the learner. Okay, that is what you guys, you students, you must be a learner centric study part. Okay, you should be having some discovery oriented. We would be focusing upon many discoveries about immunology, how immunology has been adapted, and this is what the topic to discuss more. Now, to gap the between current state of learning outcome and what is required must be bridged through undertaking major reforms. So, NEP is having so many reforms. It is changing the era. It is going to be changing the state of our education, learning qualities. So, education policy should lay emphasis on development of creative potential of each individual. Now, sitting towards the another side of my screen, you must be having a differentiation qualities. You must are having a creative potential. So through our lecture series, we would be trying to emphasize on all of your critical thinking, your creative potential. So in terms of science, we are belonging to the era of science and technology. So in terms of science, there will be a sizable shift in how to meet the world's energy, water, food, sanitation needs, or even we are going to be having the climate change, or we can have the increasing population, high pollution, depleting natural resources. So it should, all of this should have the skill level, right? So we all should be skilled persons. We should be facing with the world's energy problems, or maybe the food or hungriness, the water related sanitation, everything must be taken care. So epidemics and the pandemics, they have called for the collaborative research in the infectious disease management as well as the disease management. So this has also need with the multidisciplinary learning. Now, once we will be talking about the NEP, or once you learn about with the multidisciplinary learning, you will come to know that as the biotechnology or science and technology, they are going to be having so many different areas where we all are going to learn together. Like we would be having physics, we would be having chemistry, biochemistry, genetics, or whatnot. So many subjects are included. Right now, we are learning about the immunology. So all of this, they are going to be a great part of our system. Now, what are the fundamental principles for education system? First is recognizing, identifying, fostering the unique capability of each student. So maybe my class would be having 50 students, and each student may have a different capability. So I have to focus upon everyone's capability. Achieving foundational literacy as well as the numeracy. Now, foundational, how I can make you groom, like since from FY to MSc, or maybe you would be coming as the PhD student, how to go for a foundational literacy. If you don't know what do you mean by gene, then how would you say that the gene would express, the gene will give rise to the proteins, or you do have some transcription factor, translation factor, nothing. So foundation literacy is very important for all of us. Flexibility, NEP or the education system would give you the flexibility. You can learn through different systems, you can learn through the different pathways, or even you can go towards the different platforms. No hard separation in arts and science. That is what the NEP has been evolved with. IKS, or the Indian knowledge system, is a part of mostly the art, or we can say with some Indian knowledge parts. But those are not ever imparted with the science students. So now NEP will be having this idea also, multidisciplinary and holistic education. So your education or your aspect should not stick only towards one area, that is biotechnology or that is science. We should stick towards our entire development, and that is what we would be learning through this NEP. Emphasis on conceptual understanding. You should understand, you should learn with each and every concept. Creativity and critical thinking, a very, very important aspect that every one of us should undergo with a critical thinking. Extensive use of technology, and that is what we are doing, I guess, now, just now. Now, another is what NEP approach for science and technology would have the first very important aspect is the interdisciplinary aspect that we would be fostering the innovation. Now, innovation doesn't come only with one field. It should be coming through your science, through technology, through arts, through literacy, through any of the current sciences methodology. So, emphasizing with the interdisciplinary approach, we would be having this one. Then another is the research and innovation. So NEP 2020 encourages the research and innovation. So here we should be having more opportunities through your project learning or the project based engaging each and every student through their research project is what the main aim. Another is a technology integration. Yes, now the world is of AI, the world is of science, the world is of learning through the different devices, through the different technologies, where we can have the online sources also. So that is what the technology integration. Flexible curriculum, yes, we do have with the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics field. That is what we can have the choosing through any of this that would be given for your career goals. Vocational education, yes, we would be supporting with the vocational education through the career in different fields. That is what our motto is based upon research institution. Now, the NEP is transforming the student. It is nothing but to aim to transform selected higher education institute into the research intensive university. So, take our SPPU's example. It is a research institute, and yes, no doubt, RJSPM also foster for the research. So, Department of Biotechnology at RJSPM always aims to have a new research in the field of science as well as in the field of biotechnology. Now, another is the international collaboration. So, you must have heard about with the collaborative learning, or we should have the student exchange program. So, that would be fostered through the NEP 2020 over here for the competitive learning in this. Now, how NEP has changed in terms of biotechnology. So, the small video, which right now we are discussing about, will help you to think about the biotechnology world, to think about the immunological world in the NEP 2020. So, in biotechnology, how NEP has emerged? So, it is the field of research for betterment of human beings. We know since from Lewis Pasteur, we know since from Edward Jenner that we all have got a better life. Okay, so now just we can have in children, we have seen with so many diseases which can be easily cured with the help of vaccination technology, and that is what our era is. Now, as per the ancient Indian literacy, so good education knowledge, or in Marathi, basically we said 64 or 64 kala. So, Adhipati जो आहे 64 कलांचा, it's nothing but Lord Ganesha. So, similarly, हा 64 कला किंवा arts. Okay, so in all of this, we can include the scientific fields like chemistry, mathematics, professional fields such as medicine and engineering too. So we all know that engineering or the medicine, they are belonging towards the ancient science. Now, to encourage creative scientific endeavor, a tradition of holistic and multidisciplinary learning in the field of biotechnology must be emphasized, and that is what even our focus is. So, talking about the same NEP 2020 in biotechnology, National Research Foundation. So, in the era of biotechnology and life sciences, a robust ecosystem of research is perhaps more important to rely on the climatic change, population dynamics, or even we don't know about the pollution control. All of this should be combined under a one roof, and for that we should foster a more and more research. That is the only key. So research innovation system in India has 0.69% of the GDP, as compared to USA it is 2.8%. 4.3% of the Israel and 4.2% in South Korea. So we are still lagging behind. We still need to promote our research in this field, and that's why the NEP has envisions the establishment of National Research Foundation for Quality Research in India. So, for your information, NRF bill is already in the parliament. So, in the coming future, like maybe in within 2 to 3 years, we can see a very vast research areas to be coming forward. Now, next is how we can focus upon the immunological revolution. So, my today's small topic is towards the immunological revolution through the journey of MSc Biotechnology syllabus. So, all of you must have learned through your BSc Biotechnology syllabus that everyone should have the interdisciplinary research, or you should learn through all this, for your empowerment. Now, in the same way, how MSc Biotechnology syllabus of SPPU has helped us. So, to help the student to build interdisciplinary approach to empower student to excel in various research field of life sciences, and that's why student may even go towards for the AI era or machine learning era with the help of biotechnology. To inculcate sense of scientific responsibilities for social as well as the environmental awareness, now it is the most important key for everyone's survival. So our survival would be based upon what is the microenvironment towards us, what is the environmental awareness towards us. Now just think, can we live in a very bad patchy areas where we are completely having with much smell, or we are having with so many rotten things? No, we cannot. So the key is nothing but to have the cleanliness, to inculcating the environmental awareness. Now another is to acquaint the students with first areas of the biotechnology, that is also we are going to be having changes. And now to adapt the national education policy that offers opportunities to learn core subject and to explore additional avenue of learning beyond the core subjects for complete development of individual. Now it is very, very important that you should learn out with your basics. You should have the core subjects towards you. Now, how the immunological structure or the MSc biotechnological structure has been changed. If you think about with the semester one, you are having the mandatory credits. Those are the 14 credits, including these theory and the practical subjects like the bacteriology, parasitology, cell biology, molecular biology, and what my subject is about the advanced immunology. Now, the elective one you can have with the environmental biotechnology, you can opt any one of them so that they can help you out for carrying out with this. Then next is about first the syllabus. I'll just focus upon the syllabus, and from the next series of our lecture, we can learn toward the entire world of the immunology. So here the first module is nothing but related to the fundamentals of immune system, where we can learn about the anatomy of the system, like cells, tissues, organ, or you have the basic ideas about the antigen, immunogen, what are going to be the structures of the immunoglobulin. Then we do even have the complement system, MHC molecule, or the immune response, a very core type of the fundamentals which we should be cleared out for your further MSc studies. Now, that's what the fundamentals, what it goes with this. This module, it's nothing but about the comprehensive understanding. So, students should achieve a comprehensive understanding. That is what are the functions, role, protecting the body from infectious and disease component, cell identification. So everyone is having the idea related to what are the neutrophils, what are the B cell, when their values are going to be increased, when you can have the T cell increase, macrophages, dendritic cells, etc. Antigen study, that is what we can learn about how to distinguish in between the self as well as in non-self antigen. Then the immune response mechanism, where we can learn about with the immune responses, innate system, adaptive immune system, inflammation, antibody production, cell mediated immunity, or the memory. Then learning and understanding of the immunoglobulin. So I just gave you the idea related to how we can have the immunoglobulin. We do have with the five immunoglobulin, if you know, that is for the GAMTE, a simplified sequence that I always say in the class, that is IgG, IgA, IgM, IgD, and IgE. So we would be learning in detail about all of this component. Then next is about the second module number two, where we do learn about the regulation of the immune response. B cell receptors, T cell receptors, T cell, cytokines, antigen processing, tissue repairing, etc. So, what this module will be coming towards is nothing but the in-depth understanding. Now, this module onwards, we would be learning in a detail advanced immunology. So, till now, the fundamentals or the first module was towards, and it is supposed that you should have the learning in the towards your BSc era. And now, once you are talking about the MSc, we should have the regulation of immune response. That is the in-depth understanding. The student will be having the idea related to, excuse me, mechanism, how to regulate the immune response in both your health as well as the disease communication. Immune activation, that is what we can have with the mechanism that would be activating immune system, recognizing the pathogen, how to recognize the self and non-self component, as well as the memory. How do we recognize? So, we keep memory in our mind that maybe 2 days before I went there, maybe some other parts of your everyday day-to-day life, same your immune system is also supposed to maintain the particular activation system and the memory about the antigen. So we would be focusing upon that. The next very important is about the yes, this one, that is the signal transduction. You would be learning about the differentiation of B and T cells, signal transduction, immune tolerance, that can be learned throughout the module number 2. Module number 3 is one of the very important thing that previously before NEP syllabus, this was the this had weightage, but a quite 1 or 2 lectures less weightage, and now it has been included with the immunodiagnostic testing or the techniques one. So you have heard about the agglutination precipitation reaction. Whenever we get ill, we check our blood samples, right? So it is nothing related with the agglutination, precipitation. Do we have that antigen entered in our body or not? That we can learn through the immunodiagnostic technique. So this is what I have plotted in the next slide. Understanding the principle, how do immunodiagnostic techniques would go for. Now, how this will help you out? If you want to get job in terms of immunodiagnostic related things, like the best example I would like to give about is the COVID testing kits or a simple pregnancy kits. Those are also based upon the immunodiagnostic technique. So there we can learn about the antibody antigen interaction. We can have the ELISA, Western blotting, such type of the components. Okay, so these techniques we would be learning in detail. Next, serological test. That is what the diagnostic diseases, allergies, where where we can learn about with this in the third module. The development of new diagnostic method, pregnancy kit, those are nothing but the same. Emerging technologies. Here we would be learning, including about the emerging technologies. We can have staying updated on the emerging immunodiagnostic technologies like biosensor, nanotechnology based assets. So here nothing but what we can go for. Simply half an hour related to test. Okay, you can have the biosensor. This all will help the society to come up with the new techniques, or maybe we can cure up the diseases in a very less timing. So that is what we are developing. We would be having the clinical application through the model number 3. It is nothing but related to how we can have the immunodiagnostic method. So any autoimmune disorder, cancer. So people are also working about with how to detect cancer at a very early stages so that we can create a cure. So that is nothing but related to your third module. The fourth is about the clinical immunology. So this clinical immunology is re-implanted in the syllabus. So in between 2019 syllabus, few parts were deleted from the syllabus, and now again we are coming out with the clinical immunology. Hypersensitivity. So here we can learn about the types and mechanism with suitable example. Like people, they come up with the allergies, or we can have the autoimmunity that our self antibodies are targeting with the cells, or antibodies which are prepared of our bodies, or we can have the self where we will be learning about autoimmunity. Transplantation immunology. So you must have heard about the kidney transplant, heart transplant, how your body accept it, how your body reject it. That is what we are clinical immunology. Tumor immunology, this is what the very new important part has been implemented in the syllabus. So it is nothing but including tumor antigen, immune response to tumor, and the tumor evasion. How do cancer or how do tumors spread everywhere? Or the immunodeficiency disorders. Module 4 is the related to all this treatment approaches, immune disorder. So again, we would be thinking about how to go with the immunomodulators or maybe the therapies, which are very, very important to understand. And that module will be helped out in your syllabus. Allergies and hypersensitivity. Just now I gave you the example that many people they are having allergies with the small things like dust, might be the pollen grains or many other particles. Autoimmunity, yes, to how to avoid the autoimmunity, what are the pathways, those you can learn out. Emerging trends, that is staying updated in all of this diagnostic tools and therapy. So how we would be learning that will be included in your syllabus. Tumor immunology, a novel approach, or here we can learn about how the immune system it interacts with the tumor sensitive components. And the last model is vaccinology, one of the key important discoveries we can say in terms of biotechnology. So coming up with the, we are much thankful to Edward Jenner who have done with the vaccine technology, who have came with the ideas about the vaccinology. So here, along with the typical previous studies or maybe the active passive immunization, now we are having the emerged syllabuses include vaccine technology of recombinant DNA and protein-based vaccine, plant-based vaccine, peptide vaccine, conjugate vaccine, T-cell based vaccine, monoclonal antibodies, chimeric antibodies, as well as the antibody emerge and engineering. So critical thinking, how to design a new vaccine. Now come up with the corona vaccine. So everyone is having those bad patch memories where we were not having any vaccine. So now the simple is people are making vaccines based on miRNAs, vaccine based on siRNAs, as well as the recombinant vaccine. So we should just have that critical igniting sign. Critical thinking is the key. So safety vaccines could come up, access the public perception, then we can have the concern, how to deal up with the diseases, everything. And the emerging technology, mRNA vaccines and their potential impact on the disease prevention. So this is what it should come from our side. Okay, so every student should think about what is my potential? Can I help the society? How it would be helping for the entire generation to just keep out with these diseases, right? Okay, so with this, we are going to end up today's video. It is nothing but to give you idea about why NEP has been implemented. First, why NEP has been implemented in science and technology. Second, very importantly, that what is immunology or what is your syllabus for MSc Biotechnology. So stay tuned for such videos. First of all, just let me thank you all for listening patiently about this video. Stay tuned for more such videos related to immunology. And this is, I'm signing off. That is Dr. Rutika Jagtap from RJSPM's ACH College. Thank you very much, students.